to be private.
Can we take a more historical 30,000 foot view of this for a second? Is it possible that privacy is just a thing of the past? Because I mean, privacy was the default for the majority of humanity's history. And since we've been communicating over communications channels, we have lost it. I mean, it's just entirely lost. Like there is no person who touches the internet who's a truly private person. And even if you don't touch the internet, they can just fucking put a satellite over your house.
Okay, yeah, true. You leave a fingerprint basically. But what if you can have more personas?
Right. That's flooding the channel with disinformation seems to be the best strategy.
Yeah. So what if? Okay, let's say that obviously state IDs are a problem, but let's say the state. I'm doing a really hypothetical thing. Okay, let's say that the state dies, or this nation state dies, and there are different sovereignties. I don't know how to pronounce it, but little smaller states.
Sovereignties.
Sorry, dude. But basically, you got smaller states, maybe not the same type of IDs. I don't know. Let's talk even more in the future. Like, let's say you can change your face. Simply, you can just opt off. If they don't have like DNA of you, you're good. So just have different personas.
I think the problem is the constant cat and mouse game that modern privacy requires just feels by its very nature illicit to the majority of people.
Yeah, true. It's too much of a hassle for them to care.
Exactly. Because that's why it used to be just the default. You were some farmer in the middle of nowhere and nobody gave a fuck, you know?
I mean...
Yeah, now you have to fight surveillance. So whereas privacy used to be the default, now it's surveillance is the default. But that's why encryption needs to be the default, right? Encryption enables privacy on the internet to some degree.
Okay, but let's... Okay, Bitcoin solves problem by incentivizing people not to act the way that problems are made. So how do we incentivize everyone to agree that encryption and privacy is the right thing? Like, Bitcoin does that with
you're right. You're right, because like now, if you have lots of Bitcoin, you're incentivized to actually be private about it because you could get whacked over the head.
Yeah, let's create a secret code that basically hunts everyone that doxes themselves, so everyone will be incentivized.
Jakey, as much as it's important to encourage everyone, I think it's important to like discourage big companies because they KYC us and then they fuck us by compromising information. We need to take away their right to KYC us as much as we need to encourage people to avoid getting KYC.
The only reason they have the right to KYC us is because they have the support of the government.
Well, they don't want to KYC it. It's a burden for them.
Yeah, it's the government that imposes it.
And they outsource it often. Like, I know for a fact BlockFi outsources it. There's a lot of other like smaller, not Coinbase institutions that do a lot of outsourcing, and they outsource compliance. It's a burden. They outsource it. Those outsource agencies suck. It's like a fact that they suck. That's always the choke point.
I mean, if the government, if the government did not impose it, companies I think wouldn't do it because it's an extra step for them. It drives off customer. Like
they don't care.
Yeah, I would.
You think BitMEX wants KYC?
Yeah, heck no.
I still, it's like the chief argument. Like, here's how I feel about Bitcoin privacy. It's like I am fully in support of everybody who's working on Bitcoin privacy. But if you're asking me how I feel about it, I kind of don't care because at the end,
obviously,
and that's. And it's from I know, and it's from a privileged position, which is what Matt would say about me. I always have a little Matt Odell being like, "Shut the fuck up, Pavel," on my shoulder. But it's from a privileged position, obviously, because I feel. What's the point of privacy? Bitcoin privacy. The point is to make sure that when number goes up, you'll be able to spend your coins. You'll be able to use them in the way that you see fit. And my solution to that is like the idea that the state is going to go away is not accurate. It's not going to happen. There will be a state for as long as we're alive, at least.
Privatization.
Right. And so my, basically the number go up side of me is like, why don't we just lobby the state? to just rewrite the laws in our favor.
The state is bad unless I can buy it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think
I feel like I agree
important, but it's at what. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I agree with Hoddle because I don't know. It definitely is a position of privilege as Americans. You know, we have the Bill of Rights, yada yada. But it is something that people don't have around the world. And you know, I'm pretty outspoken about some of the other amendments that matter a lot to me. And Bitcoin is one of those things that's why not a pseudonym. I think the pseudonyms are very important and I support those, but also I think that we need frontliners that like, hey, state, guess what? I am a Bitcoiner and, you know, fuck you. And that's the way that I feel about things. And I think it's important that we have a balance of both. I think that we have pseudonyms that challenge, you know, thoughts and opinions, and that we also have, you know, the other side of the faction as well. So
yeah,
I'm with you, Hoddle. I mean,
number go up and privacy are two sides of the same coin, right? It's just like, what are you particularly more paranoid about? Like
I'm not trying to like tell everyone how much fucking Bitcoin I have. I'm not trying to like put my X-Pub out there, but I am trying to say like I am a Bitcoiner and we will be a force to be reckoned with. That's how I feel.
X-Pub?
I don't know. I just don't even know what it is, but I'm just telling you, like, you know, that's something.
A guy named Peter knows.
I just want to throw this out there. I think that KYC exchange volume versus BISC volume really shows you how much people actually give a shit about privacy in terms of what is the market saying, because the tools are there. If you want to use BISC, it is relatively easy. There are guides out there. A lot of Bitcoiners have multiple computers. It would be very easy to have open orders on BISC, yet there is no volume there. So that right there literally shows that there is very, very little demand for non-KYC Bitcoin. On the contrary, Samurai Wallet seems to have found a way to, you know, package it. Samurai and Wasabi both with CoinJoin seem to have a way to package it with a UX that makes people feel comfortable about doxing themselves to buy the Bitcoin and then mixing it to clean the Bitcoin. But I don't think that's enough. Like, you really should get non-KYC Bitcoin. You should be earning Bitcoin. Like, that is the proper way to get Bitcoin. You should be mining Bitcoin. Those are the only ways to truly get Bitcoin without doxing yourself. So, like, there's no demand for that yet. And I don't know how that is going to change.
I mean, I think that the problem with, Samurai and Wasabi are pretty straightforward. I mean, they got a good job. They did a good job.
BISC is straightforward.
Yeah.
Have you tried it? But, it's pretty fucking easy.
The
like, you download it, you set up a wallet, and then boom, you're done.
Yeah, I know it's straightforward. The UX is good too. But the problem with that is that people are not probably used to doing peer-to-peer transactions like that. Like, you know,
there's a shitload of Bitcoiners that run their own node that are buying Bitcoin on exchanges and are not buying it on BISC.
Yeah, the problem is that when you're buying it, I don't know if I can get the point across, but when you're buying it on an exchange, you're interacting with I don't know how to say it, like an entity that you trust, okay? That is sure that when you send the money, you receive something back. And even if BISC does the same, people maybe don't have the same feeling with BISC. You know, they see it as different, even though it's pretty similar. They have the wrong idea in their mind. That's what at least stopped me, or, you know, what I thought at the start with BISC. You know, you're not making a transaction towards an entity that you know for sure you're gonna get something back, and maybe it's different because, I mean, it's decentralized. I don't know.
You guys want to see my only non-KYC Bitcoin?
Yo, show the private key, dude.
That's badass.
I have to peel it, bro. No.
Yeah, peel it.
So my question is, for someone who has a Casacious coin, like, why wouldn't you peel it and put it in better privacy or in better security?
What do you mean? These are worth fucking 1.5 unpeeled, and they're gonna be worth 2 Bitcoins later.
I bet you don't have the balls to peel it right
but
now.
like I just
Definitely
like
don't.
I don't know. In my
We'll
mind,
see.
like, but the risk of the creators of Casacious Coin like compromising the keys is way too high.
Yeah, that was like it was 8 years ago and shit, man. Like, there's none of the Casaciouses have been hacked.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I wouldn't
Just
trust
saying.
it.
We should bring it
Just
back.
saying.
Peel it, take it
Casaciouses?
off, and put
They're
it
pretty
back in.
dope. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty sweet, man. Look at the hologram.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I
a good
like
product.
it. I mean, it's like an old school open dime.
Yeah, it's cool.
Except not cryptographically insured.
Yeah, you have to trust the guys who made it, but like
100%
none of them
trust.
have been hacked, so
I mean, I wouldn't trust
seems
it.
legit.
If I would have it, I'd peel it in a fucking second and put it in cold storage.
Yeah.
Nah,
and then,
How much I respect Bitcoin.
You guys anybody who peels them is just fucking upping the value of this bad boy. You know what I mean?
Dude,
No,
you're just gonna
all
take
you're
a
doing
piece
is
of-
that is leverage on Bitcoin. That is leverage. You are.
Yeah,
it's like you're putting
it is.
it into a
It is.
shitcoin exchange that has Lindy. But truly,
It's-
what it is you're like,
Huddle,
it's
do not
Bitcoin.
listen to
To
him.
me, I'm gonna leverage
This
it
is
1.5.
trash. Trash.
You
it.
could leverage that way more on
Dude,
Do
Bitcoin.
not open that.
No,
It'd be easier.
This is a family heirloom, sir. Okay, this will be my
His
granddaughter.
great-
You're just setting yourself
disagree.
up to be like to get that wallet drained when the creator goes like, oh yeah, this motherfucker haven't moved his Bitcoin. Let me
Dude,
just
this
steal it
guy
back."
is thinking the long game, and then
Yeah.
boom, Bitcoin is at like 25 million a pop, and then he just drains
Well,
everyone's wallet.
You know there are
Even if
you
he
know
gets
there are
1%, doesn't matter.
dude. You know there are 10,000 BTC Casacious out there, and there's still like 3 of them unpeeled. Who are the ballsy motherfuckers who are sitting on $10 million fucking unpeeled? No, it's more than that. It's $100 million unpeeled.
Dude, there's some
those guys?
legendary Casacious coins, and
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I would not have that much trust. Maybe they just have so much Bitcoin it doesn't matter.
Or maybe they're the founders.
I don't even keep this thing locked. The maids could steal it.
Dude, let's talk
Alright, where's
about
Huddle's
dogs.
house?
dude. Maids are such a vulnerability. Like, dude,
Sneaky
you don't
maids,
want
dude.
people. You don't
Sneaky
want
maids.
Yeah, you don't want people coming in your house, seeing where you hide shit and like that.
My maid wears a
Okay.
shirt that says attack vector on it. It's crazy.
That's right. That's right.
That's what you're gonna have kill switches in your maids.
I've got a
No.
team
I
of
think
6
privacy is
maids.
important.